You know, the double standards between the sexes, males and females, as far as, well, I'm just going to say it because YouTube hates me and this video is going to be demonetized anyways. Rape, whether it is statutory or otherwise, is just glaring. And it looks you all in the face. And every single one of you knows exactly what I am talking about. None of you can actually even pretend to not know what I'm talking about. Reverse the roles. This teacher here said that it is unconstitutional to charge her for having sex with a male student, and she got off. Imagine if this was a male teacher saying, hey, I should be allowed to have sex with any female student of the age of consent that I want. The media and social media would be having a field day with it. The guy's life would be over. He would be fired. He would never get a teaching job if he doesn't wind up in jail anyways. But no, for a female, it's okay. And if this sounds familiar, it's because it's happened before. In 2018, another female teacher was having sex with students and said, no, it's unconstitutional. Now, the basis of what they're saying is this, and I understand the basis, but you're a teacher. There is a power dynamic there, but their basis for it is this. If a student is of the age of consent, anybody else other than a teacher can have sex with that student, no problem, but a teacher can't. There's a power dynamic, number one. Number two, I'm not even going to go based upon the law because, okay, I can see kind of, okay, if it's the age of consent, okay, but there is a power dynamic. And two, the double standard is insane. Could you imagine the mainstream media and the story that they would run if a male teacher was having sex with female students and in court said, hey, you know what, it's unconstitutional for you to ban me from having sex with a female student? The media would have a field day with it. So I'm not even arguing based upon the actual law. I'm arguing on the fact that there's a double standard. Even if it was the law and it was okay, a male doing it would get totally devastated and his life would be ruined, either by mainstream media, social media, or the court. But time and time and time and time again, and we all know what I'm talking about, the double standard is here. What happened to equality? Equal application of the law. That's what I like to see. Equal application of the law, equal application of thought process. So does this mean that every man who had sex with a student who was of age of consent can go back to court and have that overturned based upon this? What kind of a road are we going down? Because if you're going to allow a woman to do it, you have to also allow a man to do it. And if you allow a man to do it, you also have to allow a woman to do it. And if you demonize a man for doing it, then you also have to demonize a woman for doing it. And there's not one of you out there that can tell me honestly that if it was a male student having sex with a 16-year-old female student, regardless of the age of consent, the media, social media, and the law would come down on this guy like a ton of bricks, and the headlines would be, a male teacher has the gall to call having sex with a female student and being charged with it unconstitutional. You know it would. Let's read this, though. She was not found guilty. A former middle school teacher who argued that it was unconstitutional to charge her for having sex with a student was found not guilty on Thursday, according to multiple reports. Not guilty. Yeah. Women have such an easy life in the world. Ladies, those of you who are watching this, I hope you realize. You do not want to trade places with a man because a man's life is very hard because men have to walk a very straight line. Okay? Or we're demonized either direction of that line. Women, your line is like this. You've got a lot of play back and forth. And I'm just talking reality. 65%. Men who are convicted of the same crime as a woman get 65% more jail time than the woman, if the woman even goes to jail in the first place, and a woman stands an 86% chance greater than a man of not going to jail for the same crime. Because why? The women are wonderful effect. It's just speaking reality. I love women. I ain't got nothing against women. I love women. But there is a double standard that has got to be addressed. And that's what we do on this channel. We address the hard topics, regardless of how much YouTube hates this channel. Taylor Brooks Boyles, 30, was acquitted by a jury despite the existence of a videotape in which the former math teacher told police she'd had sex with a student at a high school senior and star of the basketball team. Boyles sobbed in court after the verdict was announced, the Associated Press reported. Her attorneys had argued that their client was under stress when she had made a statement confessing to sex with a teen student. The Moulton Middle School teacher was accused of having oral sex and sexual intercourse with the alleged victim, who was 18 at the time and attended Lawrence County High School. The now 21-year-old man testified in court that Boyles knew she was a student when they had sex. Under Alabama law, it was a crime for authority figures such as school teachers to engage in sex with victims, even if they are over the age of consent. Mark Dutton Boyles' attorney argued in Lawrence County Circuit Court last week that the law was unconstitutional. Boyles was fired from her teaching position 3 years ago on the day she was arrested. Now, like I said, their claim to it being unconstitutional, and the example they gave was this. A janitor who works in a school has sex with a teenage student who is of legal age, and the janitor is in trouble. However, a minister or a lawyer or any businessman or anybody else that is not associated with the school can have sex with the 16-year-old, because 16 is the legal age of consent in Alabama, and not get in trouble. Okay, but they don't work for the school. That's an issue. That's a problem. And what is it with this rash of female teachers having sex with male students and having almost no consequences? Getting off scot-free. But yet, male teachers get lambasted, dragged through the mud, buried under the prison. Social media and mainstream media demonize them. We either demonize both or both are okay. I mean, come on, that's the way it is. I'm not arguing on the law. I'm not arguing on their point of view. I'm arguing on the equality of the law and equal application of it, that as these cases propagate, and there's more and more and more of them, it really shows that there's a double standard in society. It really does. All right? And women, my God, you think you have it hard? You don't have it hard. I will trade places with a woman any day. There is a reason that most sex changes are male to female. A female's life is easy. Let me tell you something. If I was on YouTube and I was a female and I was reporting this news and I was halfway good looking and I showed a little bit of cleavage, guess what? I'd probably have 100,000 subscribers by now. And you all know that it's true. We see plenty of examples of it in real life. I'm only speaking fact here, okay? Courtrooms geared towards helping the woman, geared towards punishing the man. Family court, geared towards punishing the man, geared towards helping the woman. Society as a whole, geared towards helping a woman, geared towards killing a man. In any situation, what is it? Women and children first, right? Fuck the men. Double standards. Double standards. I don't like double standards. They're a pet peeve of mine. Equal application, people. Equal application. By the same brush stroke that you paint one thing, you must also paint the other thing, or you are a hypocrite. Just saying, it's the facts. Anyways, I know I'm going to piss a lot of people off with this one, and those are my opinions, but if you think you can change my mind, feel free to. Tell me why it's okay for female teachers to have sex with as many male students and not get punished, but yet male teachers who have sex with female students, regardless of age of consent, get demonized in the media, social media, the courthouse. Why is that okay? Why is it okay? Justify it. Justify it. Anyways, that's what I got for you on this one, and I will see you guys on the next one. I love you guys. Stay informed.